Welcome, everybody. It's our Monday night call. I'm Executive Regional Vice President Megan Buccelli. And what I love about Arbonne is we can get on a team Zoom after working out and being hot and sweaty. And just that's how we roll. Like, we're all friends in the same room together. But if you were in the room with me, I probably would have showered. But just, I'm excited to see you guys tonight. And,
hey, how are you?
I'm gonna actually, you guys, hold on 1 second here.
Good night. Hi, good night.
All right, you're all muted. So I'm really excited to share with you guys some really, I'd say, milestones that we're gonna work towards here as a team for the rest of this month. We've had a week to kind of collect ourselves after last month. And now I know you guys, and you can even put in the comments if you're going, okay, like I'm definitely feeling like it's go time, because I know we have people on this team who have significant goals. And I was thinking, how can I help everyone just to kind of have just a better sense of how to pull in big numbers, by the end of the month. And traditionally, as a team, we're a really strong closing team. And that is awesome, and that works. But there's a certain point when the growth is so significant that we have to do something different. And you guys know that quote that is like, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It's a time where we really need to do something different and have different results. Is not muted. Okay, there we go. So I was thinking about it and going, what can we really do? And so this week, the focus, I was thinking about that perfect brick. And if you guys have not heard of the perfect brick before, this is the building block foundation in our Arbonne businesses. And lots of us, and I'll even say myself included, can go the whole month and work our businesses and then even think like, man, I didn't hit my perfect brick, or I didn't think about my brick. And our brick is so important. And especially this month with the sponsoring incentive that Arbonne has going on for new preferred clients or new consultants who join, it's a perfect time to really be striving for the perfect brick all the way through the month, not just, the last 3 days of the month. It's too late by then. Like, we should be really cultivating conversations and relationships and following up. I'm doing a lot of follow-up right now on people who I couldn't get to close last month with this new waived registration, because I think it's actually an even better deal for people than the RE9, because this is something that they can, sign up with, get their ASVP, and they can either sign up as a, preferred client or a consultant and have that registration waived. I just think it's so awesome. So I've been reaching out to people who I couldn't quite close last month and getting them closed down. So I thought, what could we do? So, I thought, what could really stir some motivation in our team? And Deanna Herron popped into my mind. And I thought, wow, I bet that you guys would love to have some time with Deanna Herron. And yeah, so Mandy, just really quick. Yep. So it's $2,500 of PQ. So it's actually your PRV. So when you're looking in your stats, it's your PRV. And then you want to have 5 new PCs or consultants. Now, the thing about looking at PRV, if you're just looking at your consultant bar when you're looking in team reports, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, just get with your sponsor and have them show you. It shows you all the volume that you've personally brought in through clients, preferred clients, or your own orders. So you need to manually add in any consultants that you sponsor with their start orders. I'm assuming this week it would be consultants with start orders. So just an example, if you are looking at your consultant bar, because of, wherever you are in Arbonne, we always have a district, we always have our consultants stats, like what we're doing personally. So if I have 2,204 PCs under my consultant bar, and I'm like, wait a minute, but I sponsored someone who signed up as a consultant and they got their ASVP, then I would manually need to calculate that to make it 2,500. Are you guys with me on that? All right, so you just have to send that to me or to your upline who can send it to me at the end of this week. So keep track of the consultants because I can't see that in my stats, okay? So that is the perfect brick. And with focus, there is not any reason why every single person on the team can't do this. And I just heard a really great quote. It was actually in the RVP to B series that's happening for people who are really pushing for VP right now. It was Danielle, I think Pearson, who quoted, I think, High Performance Habits, which is a book. And she said, why put off what you can do? She said, like, why put off basically what you can do in a week if you can do it in a day? Why put off what you can do in a month if you can do it in a week, right? And why put off what you can do in a day if you can, do it in an hour? And I think our team has always been very good at that. Like at the end of the month going, oh, I'm just going to take what I could have done in 2 weeks and put it into 2 days. And I'm just going to tell you that is not going to work this month. And I would really like to use this as an opportunity as a coaching opportunity and as a huge shift opportunity for our entire organization to really start closing strong from the start of the month all the way through. And I know some, organizations, some national vice presidents really promote like getting huge, goals set by mid-month and really incentivize that, and I can understand why they're doing that. So this week, we're looking at getting our perfect brick by Sunday night, by close of business Sunday. And those who do that are going to be on a call with Deanna Herron. And we're going to line it up to be a really awesome call. It's exclusively for our success line only. So we won't have any other teams in there. And she will know exactly who's joining. I'm going to give her your background. I would like for everyone on the call to go around and introduce yourself and just say a little something. We won't have a ton of time for everyone to do that because my goal is to have at least 20 people on that call. But she will know your face. She'll know a little bit about you. And then I want her to share just some, nuggets of wisdom from what she's experienced. And for those of you guys who have heard of Deanna Herron or who have not heard of Deanna Herron, she's a big deal in Arbonne. She's been with the company over 20 years. She was a physician's assistant. She went regional vice president within a couple years on top of being a physician's assistant. And then she went nation a couple years later. And she is 6 wide in national vice presidents. She is Cecilia Stoll's largest leg. And she earns, I didn't put this in the Facebook message. I didn't want to Facebook note to you guys. She does earn about $1 gazillion a year. I can't tell you exactly what it looks like, but it's, I promise, more money than you can imagine. And you would never know it. She's so just humble and servant. But just to give you some perspective, I'll let you guys know this because she posted this publicly on her Facebook page. I always wondered what she was doing with all of her money aside from just giving it away to organizations and charities that she cares about. I was like, Deanna, when are you going to do something for you that you guys, do? And her and her husband just happened to buy an entire apartment complex next to the University of Oklahoma so that he can manage it as part of what he does. So big, you don't really think about buying. I'm not talking about an apartment. I'm talking about all the buildings. So pretty, huge. And that's because of Arbonne. So you want to be on with her just to get to know her a little bit better and just let those who have gone before us in such a huge way, who have such huge vision, be someone that you get to be around. And what's great about Arbonne is the longer or the higher that you go up in the business, it doesn't even matter how long you've been with Arbonne because we can move it, really quick. You get to spend more time with people like Deanna. So she's going to be having her VP retreat in November for all of the VPs in her organization. So go VP by November and you can be there, with her. And she's just, so classy. So that is what we are doing for week 1 is you get to be on a call with her. And I have written out the names of over 20 people in our nation who I believe should be earning this. So if I haven't heard from you, you're probably going to hear from me, because maybe you're thinking that you can't do it, and I know you can. And I have also seen some people say, I'm afraid, but I'm doing this. And I just want to say congratulations. If you feel like you're stretching a little bit, Kayla, I see you smiling there. This is not scary, to reach out for a big goal. Girl, how do you think I feel? Any man feels right now, shooting for these huge, goals. It's just part of our growth in Arbonne. And all that you're going to gain from this is learning and seeing what you're made of. And you might just surprise yourself, right? So we will also be doing, so is that clear, you guys? So you got the perfect brick and what that looks like. You're going to be on a Zoom with Deanna Heron. So that's by the end of this week. We will also be doing a challenge for next week and the third week, out. And they're going to look a little bit different, but somewhere around, it's going to be similar. So just kind of think in your mind of that $2,500 building block. You're really going to be wanting to do that every single week. Personally, I don't know if I'll have such huge sponsoring tied to it for the next 2 weeks, because I know we're going to get into volume overdrive come the end of the month. But this is huge. And if you really hunker down and just decide to have fun with this and to focus with this and charge at it for the next 3 weeks, you could be at $7,500 or more, possibly, I would say, an area manager qual by the end of the month, if you just focus down, take this seriously, and just go for it. So that's what's really exciting. So this is what I would love to see would be just explosive growth in terms of qualifications, and just chunking it down week by week and having that focus. So it's not like all next weekend, tomorrow it's like, okay, and I'm sitting here doing this with you. So you guys have to know, if I don't get my perfect brick, I will not be on the call. Okay. So I'm working on it just as hard as you are. So, all right. And then the other thing I wanted to leave you guys with is Connie. So next week, our Meet the Upline series speaker is going to be Connie Kahilo. She is kind of a big deal. So she is, I think she's direct to Deanna. And then Lynn right now is direct to Connie, and then Andy, and then Angela, and then us. So Connie's kind of like our direct link between those NVPs that we know real well. For those of you who have met Andy and Lynn, then up to Deanna. So Connie's amazing. She's going to be walking the stage this year as $1 million earner, or not earner, I'd say achiever. So her business did more than 3 executive months of $1 million in revenue in this past year. So she'll be walking the stage for that. So she's amazing. Super excited about her business. She's active in her business. I know there has even been a time in her business where she did go through some things and needed to pause a little bit. And so I don't know if she'll talk so much about that, but it's just the power of this business, and that when you build it really big, that it allows you to go through some turbulence in life and be able to pause and then come back into your business and just, continue to be $1 million achiever and walk the stage. So I'm excited for you to hear from her. I'm excited to hear from her as well. So with that, that was just kind of what is going on with this incentive. And since you guys know I love to play this music, this is how this week is going to go.
I like to move it. I like to move it. You like to.
That's the Madagascar version.
I like to move it. I like to move it. I like to move it. You like to move it. I like to move it.
So we are going to start moving it. We got to move the pendulum. One last thing I'll share with you guys before I'm having Emman jump in and share her wisdom around what she's got going on, because this girl is on fire. I'm chasing her. She's inspiring the heck out of me right now. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm getting busy. Okay. So I'm looking at this month, since it is it's a big number, you guys. And I'm really not letting it scare the heck out of me. I'm looking at it just like a number, breaking it down, talking to you guys, see where you're at. And then I'm like plugging it all in, and it's looking good. So by the end of the 19th of this month, I would like to see our team at 90K. Then I would like to see us bring in an additional 75K by the 28th. And that would leave us with 2 strong close days in which we would need to bring in 60K. So that's how I'm breaking it down. I don't know if it's going to look exactly like that, but you can see why it's so important for us to all have huge building block goals for the next several weeks. And it will not always be like this. It won't always be like this as a team, but I actually think it's a really exciting time to have it be like this, because what else is going, when we don't have massive momentum and huge goals for promotions, like, you have to find it within yourself to make that happen. So I'm saying jump on the bandwagon of what's going on and, push yourself farther than you've ever pushed yourself before. And you're going to just find yourself in a totally different mindset and really leveling up in your business to move forward. So Emman, I'm going to shift gears over to you, rock star. Talk about shifting gears. Whew, you're like in a Ferrari.
Oh God. I feel like I'm all over the place. And like I said, I really apologize. I swear sometimes I think I'm crazy because I don't even know what's going on half the time. So I just want to shout out to my team because you guys did such an awesome job last month. One of the interesting shifts and really great shifts is that sense of camaraderie on our team. We didn't really have that before, and I really feel like we're starting to come together and people are supporting each other and they're getting really excited. And that's kind of drawing in other people. So I'm really excited about that. So it's funny, you always hear this thing about you have to decide. And I've said this before, I thought every month I was deciding that we were going, but it's a little bit different. It's a different feeling when you're like, okay, this is going to happen no matter what. And I think Debbie Neal had talked about this. And I basically just decided last month, I was like, if it's up to me, I'm going to do all 40 and we're going to go into region qual because I wanted my team to see that. I think it's one thing if you're seeing all these people that you don't know, because we've got some new people on the team and they don't know Deanna Heron and they don't know Limpuana and they've not met Andy. And so I wanted it to be something real that they would see, here's somebody who's real, who lives a very busy life, but she's able to fit this in and able to make it happen, and within a reasonable time. Some of these other folks that are doing it in a few months, I don't know. That stresses me out. So I think that was a massive shift. And then I started to do the affirmation thing. And guys, this is not an easy thing for me. I went to go see Tony Robbins about 1.5 years ago. And you've got to do all this visualization. And people were sobbing. And I was like, there's something wrong with me. I cannot do this thing. I'm a very realistic person. So that didn't come natural to me. And I was like, I got to try this thing out. So I literally, no matter what, would make sure I would read my affirmations and I just put everything in the present. I borrowed somebody had mentioned on a call these affirmation cards just about things about loving yourself and, believing in abundance and stuff like that. But I also, put in there that, my team would be in Region Qual on March 31st, 2019. And I think my goal, I can't remember now, I think it was 56,000 because I wanted us to do the 56 the first month. And I would just say that over and over again, where I thought people on the team would be, who would be in qualification. I put those yellow stickies everywhere. If that meant on the days I went to the gym where I had to get up at 5 to go to the gym, I'd get up at 4:30 so that I could read my affirmations and really kind of get myself in the right mindset because I really felt like it made a difference. I made sure that I was seeing that number that I wanted. So somebody in the RVPQ group that I was in from January had posted their numbers from the month before. I think theirs was 54. So I changed my screensaver on my computer, on my phone, so that I just kept seeing that number. And anytime my mind would go somewhere else, I would pull that out and I would look at that. I had never gotten to the whole dream board thing because it's just one of those things that have been on my list of things to do because I haven't had time to do that. So I took a great idea from Angela Medeiros, and she had one time had us do the dream board on Pinterest. So I just started posting, I picked the car that I wanted. I put the David Yurman ring on there. I put somebody like, it must be Debbie Niels, but it's like a fleet of Mercedes with like her huge team. And I put that in there because I was like, that's what my team is going to look like. I want to earn the trip to Punta Cana. So I put a picture of the resort there. I want to go visit my sister in Egypt. So I put a picture of the pyramids there. So like, I just put all these things in there. And every day, especially right before I went to bed at night, I would look at my phone and I would look at all those things, at those images. And then I was also trying to focus on what I was grateful about. Because I think it's really hard, like your mind kind of plays tricks on you. And Megan was telling me this is totally normal, but like my mood was up and down. Like I was like, oh my God, we're going to do this. And then I'm like, oh my God, how are we going to do this? We're this far away. And it's scary. Like now I understand my patients who have anxiety, like I was having palpitations, and I think that's just your mind kind of also playing tricks on you because your mind has a tendency to go to the negative. And so you really have to work hard on focusing on what you want and those positive things. So that's where those affirmations come. I was trying to be really good about at least listening to some sort of personal growth in the car. If I couldn't do it like by reading a book, I kept listening to that Debbie Neal training that she did in the RVP training, because she kept talking about like, if people aren't joining your business, it's because you're not interesting. And I was like, damn, that's pretty serious. I think I got to get interesting. Yeah. And then let's see, what else? I was trying to do a no matter what. So like, going beyond the fear. So even when I would sort of think about something, like a lot of times I'd be like, oh, I should go talk to this person. And then I'd be like, and then I would like make myself go and say hello or have the conversation. Especially you guys, when you're tired, after a long day of patients, like the last thing I want to do is pick up the phone and call people, but I would just make myself do it. And I'd give myself a number and say, okay, I'm going to do 10 reach outs, regardless of how I felt. Because I just kept reminding myself what the end goal was. Like, I was like, this has to be done. We're walking the stage at GTC and it has to be done. So it was that kind of no matter what. And I think that was it. Like I said, just the main thing, like you guys, you have to add that personal growth stuff in there. So whether it's the affirmations or reading, because your mind is going to play games with you. You're going to be really elated when somebody picks up the phone and has a conversation with you. And then you're going to get like 5 no's in a row and you're going to go, this sucks, like I suck. And so you've got to just remind yourself that that's fully normal. But I'm just as scared as all of you guys are, but like, seriously, like what do we have to lose, but everything to gain, and ride the momentum. This is really exciting. Like, I don't know. I love how we're doing this all as a team, because at one point you're going to be in that same place as Megan, and you're going to really, you're going to need the support of your team to get there. And so I'm kind of actually thinking more of Megan, like I want us to go region, but I keep telling her, I keep giving her these big numbers. I'm like, okay, we're going to do this because we really need to go nation. And so, guys, look at the big picture. Think about all the people that you can help, involved in those incentives, because whether you win or not, your business is going to grow. And then you're going to get that much closer to the reason why you did this business in the first place. You have to remember, that was the other thing, is I kept reading my 21 reasons why. Every time I didn't feel like doing this, I would read those 21 reasons why to remind me. And you need to remind yourself, because it's going to be very easy to say next month. Don't say next month. Just like Megan said, it's so true. Like I remember last month, people were scrambling those last few days to get those calls. Let's scramble now. That way we either get there earlier. I mean, it's so much nicer when you get there earlier, or we hit it, we hit it out of the ballpark. So act like today, I know it's the 8th, act like tomorrow's the 30th, act with urgency. And that was the other thing too, is really doing everything with a sense of urgency, because people will hear that in your voice, and make sure people know what you're going for. That was the other thing that I did, is that I let people know that it was kind of scary, because I was like, oh my God, how about if this doesn't happen? But that pushed me even more so. So if you're going for district qual or finish, or area qual or finish, or whatever it is, tell the people that you know that you're doing that and you could really use their help. Because a lot of times, some people will blow you off, but I mean, a lot of people really want to help you out, and they'll host and they'll purchase and that sort of thing. So I hope that made sense. Like I said, my head's a little bit all over the place, but I hope that helped.
That is awesome, man. I knew you could pull that off. That's why I was like, I know you can talk about this. You're amazing, and you raised the bar for everyone around you. And shout out to your team. Your team is amazing. You guys had such an incredible month last month, and I know you're going to smash region finish this month. And just this entire team, you guys, we have the most incredible team, the most incredible success line. By the way, Kathy Rust is not on tonight because she is suffering from a concussion. He sends her regards. It's just incredible the things that pop up when going and striving for major goals. And there just has to be a way to overcome. And as a team, we overcome. So those of you guys who are on Kathy's team, I know Michelle has really stepped up and said she's willing to really help people. Kathy says she's feeling a lot better. But just, she's had a couple concussions in the last couple of years. So I think it makes you really more susceptible. So she's feeling better, but keep her in your prayers and your thoughts. And I know she's going to come out and be great, but just know you have people to reach up to. I'm here, Michelle's there, JC's there, incredible leaders. And that's what's so amazing about Arbonne. It's not a one leader show. But this team is incredible. And that is why I want you all to be on with Deanna Herron, because I'm a big believer in not getting into the hype and talking the talk. I'm a big believer in doing the do and showing people what is up. And I want to give Deanna something to talk about. I want her to get off of that Zoom with our team and be like, wow, it's amazing what's going on in there in DC. Those are some amazing leaders. Because that does happen when the leaders get to meet incredible teams. So I just want to totally pack that thing and have her so stinking proud of herself, of what she started that ripple affected years later down into the Washington, D.C. area. Because what's so cool is we really do affect each other's lives. So thank you guys for all of your hard work and for your vision and for your messages and for your heave ho. And my biggest hope and desire for this team is that it propels you to a level that you never imagined right now, because this sure is doing that for me. So let's have an awesome week, and let's go get those perfect bricks, and let's go get some Kendra Scott. Do you guys like those earrings? Who doesn't need some really cute Kendra Scott earrings? I saw those, and I was gonna, maybe let you guys pick, but I was like, I want everybody to have those. It's really cute. So thank you guys for everything, and I will be talking to you this week. Sound good? All right. Thank you so much, Emman. You are a rock star. Cheering you on, girl.
Thanks. I've got the best role model. So let's do this.
All right. Cheering us all on. All right, you guys. Have a great rest of your night. Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Bye.